raining, it's pouring, the old man is snoring, but we say we're gonna make this thing happen, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna make it happen. You're gonna hear rain, you're gonna hear, we're just gonna make it happen. Nosi, sister Nosi, it's so good to have you in the space.
Same here, babe. Same here.
My name's Happy Patrishko, and stay tuned. Hey, China doll.
Hey, babes.
Thank you so much for coming through. I'm so excited. Thank you so much. Please tell us, who is Sister Nosi?
Wow. Well, Sister Nosi, born and bred in Klapstop in the Northwest. 42 years old, a single parent.
Hold up. 42.
Yes.
Okay. What's the secret? Did you just say 42, girl? Nah.
I always get asked what's the secret, but I really think that there's no secret. It is what it is.
It is what it is. That's what's up.
And
I hear
have a
you.
youthful soul. I have a youthful soul.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is what
so
it is.
manifests that way.
You're in your face. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Take it or leave it. No, you're stunning. You're absolutely stunning. So, who is Sister Nosi?
Yeah, so a mother of a 9-year-old daughter, and a youth lover, a youth mentor, a youth activist. Anything youth development, that is my passion, that's my calling, that's my thing. I'm also a creative. I love to sing, so I'm a vocalist. And at the same time, getting into writing, which is something that I didn't know that I have in me until lockdown happened, and then we all discovered lovely gifts that we have, right? I'm also a sister, and I'm the eldest at home. I'm a friend. I'd love to think I'm a good one. And also, what else am I? God's child. A lover of life. A lover of life. A spiritualist is now who I am in my current life, and that is a journey I most enjoy because I have discovered just who I am and just being happy.
I love that. Just being happy like happy.
Yeah.
Sis, I'm just gonna dive straight into it, okay? This has always fascinated me, right? And when I was thinking of questions, because usually I'm usually quiet in my room and I just spend quiet time with God and He'll just drop all these questions. And when I thought about you, you'll be amazed at these questions. Going, okay, where does that come from? Just dropping it real quick. Why is it that status in people's life is so important? In most people's lives, status. Why is it so important in most people's lives?
In my observation, I think it's important to people who can only identify themselves as who they are with an attachment to something. So whether it's an attachment to a role, a status role, whether it's at home, whether it's at work, whether it's an attachment of a status in their circles, in their social environments. So I think it's important to those that really identify things with who they are, things that makes them happy. And I say this because during lockdown, for me, I discovered when the world was quietened and we all had to quarantine and slow down, I discovered a happiness for the first time in my life that was not attached to the things I have or to the things I'm known for or the things that I think I am. So I found just pure happiness that had nothing to do with the things of life, but just my peace and just who I am in the big scheme of life. And so I then am making an observation that status is important to people who still identify themselves with things and attachments of life.
Sis, it's easier said than done, and I hear what you're saying, right? And then you're saying that during COVID, there's a lot of things that you had to detach yourself from.
Yeah.
I know you for a couple of years now, right?
Yeah.
I've known you as being successful. You were always in the corporate world. you when you looked at the outer appearance, you would say that or sharp or got life in terms of status, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, and now you telling me, right, that you found that those things were no longer important. How do you get to that? Because most people,
Absolutely.
that I find that they will drive without any judgmental. I am learning, scholar of life.
Absolutely.
Okay. How did it get you to get to the place where, look, it's not important?
Okay. The first truth is that I did not initiate to get to that stage of living probably a status-free life. So my journey is that I kind of almost seemed like I have lost quite a lot in my life.
Wow.
So, and what do I mean by that? So also having been somebody who's experienced retrenchment, and it all began from retrenchment. So from being retrenched to being independent income earner, to being creative to earning the income, and to experience a period like a lockdown that then affects even people such as entrepreneurs or businesses in terms of just earning an income or increasing your financial life. So when my life got to that period, which I'm still in the journey, I had to go through a period where I was somebody who believes in backup plans, risk management, have to make sure that I always have savings in my account to make sure that whatever we call it a status, which is having a home, depends as well on what we view as status. Having a home, being successful financially, spiritually, physically, emotionally, and then being stripped off of the financial independence that had seemed to be my everything.
Wow. Wow.
And typically, God always knows what is our crutch if it's not Him. And mine was independence. And independence that came from a good financial life that enables me to reach my goals, to have the things that I desire, to give my daughter a comfortable life and home. So when that was slowly taken away from me, I got to a place where I was only left with myself and a whole lot of conversations with God, and of course now my spiritual guides, my ancestors, because I now am embracing all the camps of my heavenly entities that are with me, are present in my life. So when I was stripped of that backup plan, which is being a financially independent person, that also perhaps may have impacted even some of my relationships, because somehow I discovered that being independent,
wow,
it may have
that was my next question actually. That was my next question.
Yeah.
When times are dark, friends are few. Do you understand? Because I know you, girl, and I know that you were a people's person. We just loved being around Nosi. But what is it exactly did we love? How did you feel? Did you come across a time in your life where it felt like, okay, what's happening now? I'm at my lowest. Were you fortunate enough to have people that had your back? Or did you feel a difference in the human care and the so-called, or maybe true friends that we claim we are?
I have to gracefully say, without a doubt, the closest people in my life and my family, those have been the people that have loved me, still love me, embraced me, and maybe, to be honest, stepped up a little bit more to be supportive to me. So I have to be honest, I haven't experienced the when days are dark, friends are few.
That's beautiful.
My life just displayed that I have the right people in my life.
It's your heart, girl.
And
It's your
everybody
heart.
has treated me, embraced me as if like I'm a status person when
Yo.
I didn't have what I have. And to be honest, as Christians, we do talk about how God is a provider and that He takes care of you. I have definitely have been experiencing that. I am not earning a steady income. My business has not picked up the way that it should. So I am definitely an example of a child whom her spiritualness or the respect of spirituality or finding out who I am in God, in Christ, and just also in just my being in terms of my family tree, my identity, where I come from. I have discovered that all of that has formed part of the graces that I've experienced during lockdown as a person who's also been retrenched, hasn't found employment, not earning a steady income, and I've just been provided for. But I cannot explain it. It's not a 1 + 1. It's not a 1 + 1. It's not a 2 + 2 is 4. I cannot explain it, but I will not lie and say I have not been blessed. And I had to wake up to that awakening as well, because remember, sometimes we can be very disappointing as people where something that is a blessing, because we're looking at things that are bigger picture and we miss the small stuff. So when I've had people say, hey, here's this, take care of that, I've always noticed it as those graces from God taking care of me. So yeah, that has been my experience.
Beautiful, beautiful, Sis Upila. You are beautiful inside and out. Inside and out. Inside and out. Another thing, sis, that I wanted to, where's your space now? Where are you now? Because reality, let's face it, God never forsakes us. But what about, someone that sometimes doesn't feel? I mean, people are getting retrenched left, right, and center. There are days where even strong characters are like, hold up, I'm getting a bit anxious here.
Absolutely.
Am I really going to make it? The bills are coming in, life's happening. Where are you now in terms of when you feel those moments of those whispers, those, you always, those talks, those negative thoughts in the mind? How do you deal with those? And where are you now?
Yes, I have to be honest. There are those days. I've had those dark days.
Hey, dark days.
I've had those dark days, and mostly the dark days are actually the voice. The voice and the story that you tell yourself, between yourself and your mind, between yourself and yourself. It's not necessarily the experience. It's really the story, the voice that, oh my gosh, it's month end, the bank is going to call. Oh my gosh, I could lose my house, and if I do, where does this child stay? What does it mean? Do I go back home? What does going back home mean for me? Oh my gosh, it means I'm going backwards in my life. I'm not going forward. What's going on? Who's fighting me? What's fighting me? What did I do?
Wow.
What's this about? What lesson is this?
Oh, wow.
So I've gone through those moments. So how I've dealt with it, because I identified that it was a story that I tell myself, because there is a voice that is always in contrast with my own growth, where I must just finally believe that I am safe, all is well, things are always going to work out for me. But there's that voice that wants me to focus on the physical things and lacks of things that are not here. So there's that voice that wants to say, look, nobody has called you around for a job. Look, who's going to be able to manage your bills? People can help you, but they cannot pay for such bills as your bond. You know what I mean? The banks are calling, the lawyers are threatening. So actually, really, what's going to happen? And every time I felt that I would go back to my altar corner in my home.
Wow, amazing.
And I would say to God, my spiritual guides, my ancestors, my angels, I would say, I think you're aware of what's happening in my life. I know I never asked to be here, but I know that I was brought into this life for a reason. I know I'm not alone. So if this is the way things should be for a bigger purpose, because there's always a bigger purpose. I've always heard people that are very successful, when they speak about their experiences, it does seem like in everybody's journey, in order to grow, to to a bigger level, there really is this time that you must go through that squeezes out a goddess in you, that deals with your self-esteem, to your self-worth, that deals with your lack of self-love, to loving yourself, that deals with the strength that you didn't know that you have when you don't have the things that you've always confidently relied on. And so every time I have to go back to reminding my creator that I'm here, you brought me here, please take care of me. I think you're aware of everything else. I am not going to worry about tomorrow. I leave it to you.
So good.
And month by month,
So good.
that's how I have been dealing with that. I had a trend where when it's month end, the anxiety
Yeah.
and the reality would click.
Yeah.
And I am noticing that I've become the scholar of that life, where now month end doesn't shape me like that, because I have proof of the past months since Jan. Somehow, with all the anxieties, I have been taken care of. And
Glory to the living
thanks
God.
to the lockdown support system, where from a bank point of view, the banks have been offering payment breaks, and I'm so grateful for my bank because I've really felt very supported. So there has been just institutional support,
Yeah.
people support,
That is
community
awesome.
support. Just in different cases, we all have had helpers. And for those people that haven't felt like they do have helpers, or haven't felt like help is coming their way, or like things are just really becoming very disastrous, I've just learned that it is the time to ask and search deep, deep, deep in our souls, in ourselves, in our surroundings. What is it that we are being called for?
Yeah. Can I just bring it back to you? Thank you so much. All of this that you spoke about today, the blessings, like, look, it's been good. Friends have been good. Family has been good. It's God has been faithful.
Yeah.
Do you know what it is?
Yeah.
Sister Nosi, it's you. It's your heart. It's your heart. It's the purity of your heart. Because of the purity of your heart, it explains why you're blessed the way you are. Despite the good or the bad, it's a fact.
Yeah.
So I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
I totally get it. Lastly, oh, Booyakasha, you've been so good. You've been so good. Rain or no rain, you've been good, girl. Anyway, do you have any message for us? Is it message or massage? Do you have any message for us, the peeps?
I definitely have a message. My message is what I live on. I now have got this ritual where I do affirmations, self-affirmations.
Wow.
And they really help me a lot, because that is a ritual that really clears one's mind and also helps with, bad habits, old habits, in the way that we think, we perceive ourselves, and perceive life or perceive situations. So the message I have for everybody is, things are always working out for us. Things will work out. When you're actually feeling low, you can only go up. And what I also have observed is that we actually are very talented people. The door that has been closed is an opportunity for you to open another talent and gift and creative part of you, to maybe earn an income for yourself, or to do a business for yourself, or to make a difference in the world.
Give.
So
I like that one.
There's really, it's about a mind shift. It's a mind shift. Yeah.
Sis, thank you for coming through, girl. Kahorata. I love you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you so
some
much.
Real stuff. But yeah.
Did you like that?
No, I like that.
Did you like that,
Yeah,
sis?
yeah. It's real.
Hey? It's real like that. Thank you
real.
for opening up.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bless you, girl. Bless you. Look, you've made my heart so happy. You don't understand. This is what it is. Scholar of life. This is church
Yeah.
right here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So thank you so much.